it's Jess and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to talk about my labor story, which is like a part of my story time videos, this is like part 3. So I'm going to talk about what happened when I was in labor. I wasn't in labor for very long, so this might not be as long. I don't know yet. Maybe. I'll probably add in a few clips if I like remember something, but I'm trying to remember everything off the top of my head like the other ones. I didn't take notes because obviously I'm not smart enough to take notes. I mean, I do take notes, but I don't know. I like thinking of things off the top of my head, but then at the same time I'm like, maybe I shouldn't because, I don't know, it probably won't be a good story. Okay, so let's start. Let's get right into the video. Sorry for this bad lighting. My curtains are closed and I'm too lazy to fix it. So I turned on the light. Anyway, it was October 24th. I remember it was a Wednesday and then I had Giselle on a Thursday, I think. Hold on, let's go back. Yes, it was. Okay, so it was Wednesday, October 24th, 2012. So that day I had a doctor's appointment. So obviously I waited for my appointment and I like filled out papers and stuff like that. Wait, actually I didn't fill out papers. I already had everything in there. Anyway, so I was in the waiting room and then I went back there and then they did like a little ultrasound. I think they told me how many pounds that she might be. I waited a little longer after the ultrasound because they were like looking and stuff like that. So how small I was at the time, I am still the same size. I was still like 100 pounds. I'm still like that now. But anyway, I was like 100 pounds and then the most I weighed at the end of my pregnancy, I was 123 pounds, I think. I want to say that. I think it was 125 before, but then I got a little sick and I didn't feel good and I didn't eat, which is really bad. You should definitely eat. Don't just not eat because I don't know. I was dumb, obviously. And I was young. So anyway, so I weighed a little less and then they looked at it and stuff like that and they were like, well, you kind of need to go and be induced. And I was like, today? And they were like, yeah. And I was like scared and I was like, okay, this is really happening. What? And they were like, yeah, you need to be induced or else, because I was so small and they said that she couldn't grow anymore in my stomach, even though I still had another 4 or 5 days left until my due date. So she was only a couple days early. She wasn't a whole month early. She was only a couple days early, like 4 to 5 days, almost a week. So that day, Kevin was with me and my dad was with me and my dad was like, oh, what did they say? And I was like, well, they told me to go across the street because it was like my doctor's and then across the street was like the hospital area. So we had to drive across the street and be admitted in like the family birthing suites. Yeah. So they have a separate area for like people having their kids. Is that the right word? I don't want to say something wrong and okay. Don't get mad at me if I'm wrong saying that. So it's called like the family birthing suites and they have it like off to the side kind of by, so it's like the hospital and then off to the side, like there's a road there and then you turn this way and there's the family like birthing suites. But anyway, so we went in there and I got admitted and they were like, how do you rate your pain? But obviously I wasn't in pain or anything because I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't feel anything. I was obviously too small to keep a baby in my stomach, and if she didn't like come out that day, then worse things could have happened if they didn't have her come out early because I was so small. Back to what I was saying. So I only gained like 23 pounds with a baby in my stomach. I know that's not a lot. Most people gain like 40 to like 80 pounds. And they said that I might gain 40 to 80 pounds, but I didn't. Like I said, some people didn't even know I was pregnant. Like my family, they didn't know I was pregnant until I had Giselle. Yeah, anyway, I'll get into that. Couple hours, they would try to like induce me, and then the next day, okay, so I slept overnight. I was there overnight, and that's when they like started trying more to induce me. Okay. So when I got admitted, I went into the hospital or like the family birthing suites is what they call it. And then they were checking like how many centimeters I was dilated. Yes, that's the word. I wasn't dilated a lot, but they needed to dilate me even more. So over time they just had me like drink more fluids and stuff like that. And then they said they were gonna try to induce me tomorrow morning. So I basically slept overnight, and Kevin was there with me the entire time. He didn't leave at all and because I didn't want him to leave. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. I was also like crying because I was like happy, but then I was scared at the same time. So it was like all these emotions. Yeah. And then so Thursday, like we woke up and stuff like that, and then they gave me medicine to like try to induce me, so that way the baby came out that day, so that way I'm not like I'm not there and like the baby's not growing anymore in my stomach. After that, so the doctors like kept coming in and asking me how do I rate my pain and stuff like that, and obviously it wasn't hurting as bad yet. And then a couple hours later they came in and they were like, oh, you're induced enough that they can like do the epidural and stuff. So I also got the epidural. Kevin said that it was a big needle. I didn't see, obviously, but it like, because it went in my back. It's not that bad. I don't know if you like needles or anything, but to me it wasn't that bad. It was just a little pinch on my back, and I didn't think it was bad or anything. As the lady was explaining the epidural to me and like the outcomes, so she was explaining like the side effects and stuff like that, and like what the epidural does, and like she was just explaining it. And then Kevin was drawing, and then the lady like stopped, and she went over and she was like, what are you drawing? And like stopped in the middle of that and talked to Kevin. And I was like, okay. And then Kevin was really confused and why she stopped, but she was really interested in his drawings. His drawings are actually pretty good. They're really good actually. Kevin's made so many things for me and he's so creative. I love it. Anyway, back to the story. So she explained everything to me, and then so they did the epidural, and then they had to do the catheter. So they had to put the catheter in. Is that the right word? I hope it's the right word. And obviously, because I was like numb from like my body down, like half my body and down. And then I was ready, so they told me to push. I only pushed for like 10 minutes. It was like 1:38, and then 1:48 she was already out. And I don't know how that happened, but it did. And I am so grateful that it wasn't long. Like I didn't push for a long time. I pushed for 10 minutes. The only person that was in there, my mom was at work at the time, and then like we didn't know that I was already like pushing, and like no one knew that I was gonna start pushing, but everyone was there after I had Giselle, and the only person that was in the room with me was Kevin. So Kevin was the only person that was there, and he got to cut the umbilical cord. It was a great moment. Here's some pictures of her when she was born. I'm so happy that I actually get to share this with you guys, because I was also really scared to like come out with my story and I didn't know what to say. But now you guys know about my labor story. And so we've been in the hospital. My family came and stuff like that because my mom had to obviously officially tell my family that I had a baby. So that's when my family actually found out that I was actually pregnant. So yeah, I did hide it for 9 months until I had Giselle, and they gave us like paperwork and stuff to sign and name the baby, and I picked Giselle. I really like the name Giselle and it really fits her. Everyone kept asking me, oh, are you naming her after the model Giselle? But it's not. I got it from the movie Enchanted, and her name is Giselle, and I really love that name. So, and I think it's like unique but not unique. I don't know. Kevin and I were there until like Saturday because they kept us and they asked us questions. They did the hearing test and stuff like that, and she passed everything, which was good because we know that she's good and there's no health problems or anything. So we were there for a couple days, and then I got to go home finally. I think it was Friday or Saturday that I got to go home. I think it was Friday. I don't know. Maybe it was. So Friday, my mom picked us up, and then Kevin, Giselle, and I got to go home, and my dogs got to meet her and stuff like that. And yeah, Kevin's been with me through this entire journey, this entire time. And now Giselle's like 6 years old. She'll be 7 October 25th. I'm very proud of her. She knows so many things. She's just, yeah, she's really smart, and I'm just really proud of who she's become and how much effort and time she puts into like school, and she's actually really into school. Other than that, I feel like being a teen mom is pretty hard. Being teen parents is actually really hard, but like as long as, I really hope your family members help you out, because that's what happened to me. Like my family helped me through everything, like everything, and Kevin's family helped us too. Also, don't be afraid of being a teen mom. I personally think that it was a good thing that I became a teen mom, because it taught me how to grow up, and like it taught me how to love, and being there for other people teaches you so many things, even though you're like still young. And I'm really proud of who I am today, and I'm proud of Kevin and who he is today. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I upload every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Pacific time. Yes, I'm sorry if these like story times aren't like consistent story times. I'll like upload one video, and then I'll upload a story time, and then another video, and then a story time. I like have other things planned too, so that's why I have not back-to-back consistency. I'm sorry. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, magical day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!